Hi there, everyone. I'm Elizabeth Din with KOIN 6 News, evening news anchor here Monday through Friday. And you can see with me, I have a special guest. Welcome, Rebecca Wynn of Line and Wave.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Rebecca. Well, thanks for being here. I've met you a few times and follow you on Instagram. I've seen your work. I'm a fan. For those of us, those are viewers, that is, who are seeing you for the first time, tell us about who you are and what you do. Like, what is Line and Wave and who is Rebecca Wynn?
For sure. So again, my name is Rebecca Wynn. I am the artist and owner of Line and Wave. It is basically my creative studio where I specialize in calligraphy and illustration. And with my calligraphy, I do a lot of engraving, personalization, live events. And then with my illustrations with watercolor, and I like to focus a lot on community and food around Portland. So it's been a really fun time to be able to grow that.
Yeah, so I've pulled this up so we can keep going as we talk about.
Yeah.
We've got some video of your work and you're out and about in the wild, so to speak. Let's talk about what we're seeing right here. So I see one of those on the table is a poster, right? That light blue one.
Yes.
And if I'm correct, that's one that you did, is it a couple years ago?
It was last year, and I got reached out by Celeste from Portland in Color. They were doing a fundraiser with Rue Portland, which are these amazing organizations that are about uplifting people of color and women in the food and bev industry. And they were looking for some artists to help sell some posters for a fundraising. And with my style of, or not my style, like with my focus on food, it kind of was a little perfect for me to create a poster for them to fundraise with. And specifically for this fundraiser, I wanted to focus more on women and the amazing chefs and bartenders in Portland and put them on a poster.
Very cool.
Shout out.
Rebecca, can you pull up the mic just a little bit more to you? I'm just having a hard time hearing you.
Hello.
Yeah, and if you can scoot in just a little bit, you're great.
Okay.
Thank you. I just have my mic at the highest level, but you're soft-spoken, which is okay. And I'm really loud, so we're good opposites. So we'll continue talking about, so that was with restaurants here and with women in restaurants.
Yeah.
I love seeing your work, though, because it's really pretty and you clearly have a talent. Like I was saying, like, look at your penmanship, your sketching. Were you that way? I just imagine as a little kid in school, were you always this way, or did it really kickstart in your later life?
For sure. So third grade was when I was first introduced into cursive in the classroom. And literally the moment I wrote that first A, I was hooked. So I've been writing in love with cursive for the longest time.
Wow.
I think my teachers at the time would also have me write on the whiteboards, and because I had such great penmanship.
Oh, cool.
And it translates into almost everything I do. I make sure everything that I write is very neat and very legible and stuff like that.
What do you think this was like, what, second grade, third grade? Do you have a
Third
memory
grade
of?
for sure. I remember third grade.
Oh,
yeah.
That's super cool.
And my favorite letter to write at the time was the letter F. Lowercase f was my favorite.
Do you know why? For those who love, calligraphy and...
Well, for cursive, the letter F is just like, it's very flowy, and it has two different types of loops on there. And so it's very fun. It reminds me of a roller coaster, which is probably why I like it so much.
That is so fun. The lowercase f specifically
Yes.
for a calligraphy artist for you is your favorite. The beauty of the flow of connecting the F, but when you print it, it doesn't connect in that same way. It's almost like infinity, right? The infinity symbol.
Right, for sure.
That's funny. A little bit naughty too. The lowercase f in cursive. Okay, so this is cool that you've done those projects, and I have a few more to go through.
Yeah.
Engraving is something that I've seen you do.
For sure.
And
So
so we're looking at this here.
Yeah.
These are a few from your Instagram page once again. I think, were you at Nordstrom? And these are perfume bottles, right?
Yeah, this was specifically at Macy's in Clackamas.
Okay.
And some of them from Nordstrom too.
What is that? That's a lipstick?
That's a lipstick, and that's a fragrance atomizer.
Oh.
From Tom Ford. That's a lip gloss from Dior, or lipstick, I believe, lipstick from Dior. So like I was a scientist, and my brain is very bored easily. And so when I was doing calligraphy, which I've been doing for about 15 years, my brain automatically goes, how can I push calligraphy past pen and paper,
Right.
know? And thankfully there was a calligrapher in somewhere here in the US, and she was also thinking the same thing, and she figured out that a dental drill is could be a tool to be used on multi surfaces.
That's what you use as a dental tool, the same that I got my teeth cleaned with at the dentist's office?
Not that close. It's more of like
Okay.
a dental lab tool. So it's something that you use to like help create dentures and stuff like that.
Okay, so a
Yeah.
little more, it can create a little more pressure, I guess is
Yes,
what I'm,
yeah.
okay.
But I
So
use
not,
the same burrs that dentists use for your cavities and fillings and all that stuff.
this one's, so did somebody like, is this the Scream mask or just
Yeah,
similar?
it's
It was very
the
specific.
Ghost Face, I believe, or Scream
Yeah.
Face. Yeah, Ghost Face from Scream. This was like right around before Halloween, and this guest was like, "I really love Ghostface. Can you please put him
Wow.
on my Burberry perfume bottle?" And I was like, "Say less."
Is
I
that
sh-
done for a fee, I'm guessing?
So a brand will hire me, and they just charge me per hour, and then it's pretty much whoever comes up for to me.
What a dream. That's a fun gig.
It really is super fun. I get to like draw and write all day.
And yeah, people are paying you to do that. And then I know, I
Yeah.
guess like similar, like say someone's hired to do bartending, right? It's like there's usually a tip jar as well. So
Right.
it's like, it's fun.
It is fun. I mean, I also ask for tips too. So like I get my hourly pay from brands, and I also get to ask for tips from guests who actually like my work.
That's super cool. Yeah, I like that Trisha right there had this
Yeah.
done.
It's so classy, so timeless. And I always try to tend to engrave on caps, so that way when the guest buys another lip gloss or lipstick of the same brand and same style, they can just switch the cap over to their new one. So it'll
Oh.
forever be personalized,
That's
essentially.
cool. Okay, so what about materials? Are there ones that you don't do? But it seems like you are able to engrave on all kinds of
Yeah.
materials, if I'm correct.
With my curious brain, I don't think any surface is safe for me.
Oh, wow.
I think the only thing I am unable to do is like pressurized wine bottles. So like sparkling wines, champagne bottles, anything with a cork and a cage, like
That's
is-
just unsafe,
that's just
right?
unsafe, yeah.
Okay.
'Cause,
like
like,
you
you-
could do it, but it probably isn't the best in case something happens.
Yeah, because like the vibration of the engraving agitates the bubbles.
Yeah.
And there's been a few engravers that I know that where it's bursted on them while engraving.
Wow.
And our hands are our most expensive asset. And or what's even worse is that they'll have it engraved and they'll give it to their guest, and probably a few days later it'll burst on them, which is also very scary.
I would never think of that. And
Yeah.
the dangers of what a fun job that is. We're looking at a few more here.
Yeah.
Is that a whiskey bottle, a bourbon bottle? I
That
think?
is-
Oh, this one is really cool.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this one. I know we
This-
skipped past that.
Yeah, this is a compact with some powder on there. And this was another, I have a lot of spooky type of people come by, and she really wanted spider webs on her mirror compact. So whenever she gets her eyes done, she's able to look at herself with a little bit of cobwebs and spiders in the way. And then this is a lip oil from Dior as well. And she really wanted bats and some like crescent moons on there and some stars. Just really leaning into this like a spooky goth like kind of
Were these all the
theme.
same clients, or you just happen to have clients who had similar tastes? Like you were
These are
saying?
all clients that have the similar tastes.
Oh, I saw the rose one. It went by real quick, but that was
Yeah,
cool in the mirror.
Yeah.
Oh, and then another. That's a perfume bottle, or
No, this one I think was like a highlighter stick.
okay.
It was, yeah. It was for a employee's boyfriend. Yeah.
Wow.
So cute.
Just elevating it by that much, and I love that you're like really the ideas are endless.
Yeah, it's been really nice. I get to create the composition, which is really fun. Composition for me is like, or for any calligrapher, is like where your skill comes in, because anyone can write really pretty, but how
Right.
can you put it all together on a piece of paper or on an object kind of thing?
Go back to when you were first asked to do engravings like this, because when did it go from like doing these food sketches to like, oh, she can do these engravings as well?
So actually engraving came first before the food sketching. So my husband bought me my first engraver that
I did not know that, so it's working in
Yeah.
reverse.
Yeah, in reverse. So my husband bought me that dental drill in 2021. He was like, "Hey, here you go. This is like you're on your wish list." And he bought me that engraver, not knowing that it was going to turn into essentially my entire life.
This what you said 2021.
Yeah. And so I started practicing on any surface I possibly could. And this is where the hustle came in. I probably emailed about like 1,000 different wineries, companies that I thought could use engraving.
So also still 2021. Your
Also
husband
still
gets you
2021.
this device, and you're like, let's go.
Yeah, I'm like, let's
And you
go
put
for it.
yourself out there.
Did 1,000 emails out there, over 1,000 honestly, and the one company that reached out to me and gave me a chance was Westward Whiskey here in Portland. And the moment I did my first event with Westward Whiskey, it was like as if like the sky blew open essentially, and then I got so many requests from like just guests like privately and through other companies seeing that what I've done. They're like, oh my gosh, can you do this for us and stuff like that.
I don't have it here, but I know I've seen you do the water bottles.
Yeah, like Hydro Flasks, Yetis, like people are obsessed with those.
Jenny Wynn from the Sports Bra. Now,
Yeah.
did you do that as a gift or did she request that?
So
Because
that
I saw
was that was a gift from Jenny's girlfriend. So she reached out to me and she was like, I need you to do one for Jenny. I'm like, say less. Like, I love her.
So and did you work together on things that Jenny likes to personalize it, and that's how that.
Yeah. So I worked with her girlfriend and she gave me a whole list of things that like Jenny liked, and like she wanted like a croissant and like an oyster and like, and it was really sweet too. She did 2 bottles for her, and then the second bottle was a bunch of different sayings from people that are close to Jenny and like little inspirational quotes. It was really, really sweet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so sweet.
Yeah.
And personalized, like I said.
Yeah.
And how long does it take for you to do these? I've seen you do them in person, which is pretty quickly, but for something like that, did that take longer?
It does take a little bit longer because of, again, composition. So like I'm being thrown many design elements. I got to figure out how can I fit each element onto this water bottle and still make it look aesthetic and make sure that every piece doesn't get lost within the design, essentially. Yeah.
So cool. Okay, so I was telling you earlier, we'll play this out, and you can see how you were at the Multnomah Whiskey Library here in downtown Portland, and I believe Lonnie, the general manager, contacted you about this. Am I correct?
Yeah, Lonnie and Kamiko. Kamiko was the first one. Kamiko Matsuda. She was the first one to reach out to me when she was doing her like cultural series at Multnomah Whiskey Library, and it's been kind of a tradition ever since then. It's probably I think that was my 3rd year doing it at Multnomah Whiskey Library.
Not easy to say.
It's not. It's a tongue twister for me. And it's always so much fun, especially during that Lunar New Year time. I get to wear my traditional ao yai.
That's the Vietnamese dress with the pants right there. And for everybody, this is the video I took because I was at this event. You could see the decorations there for that event. And like you were saying, so you got to wear the cultural attire. It's culturally a significant event for you. And then you engraved this for me. You were doing these leather coasters that they had.
Yeah.
And similarly, they hired you, like you said, and I asked for a ball of yarn.
Yeah.
Because that's my favorite hobby, and you're like, sure.
Yeah.
And just like that, you just did it.
Yeah.
And obviously, I would think a ball of yarn isn't the most complicated thing, but you did that. My husband asked for a pug. I don't know if I have that video or not, but that one's a bit different. So you did it on the back side of that word.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but then you just did my name beautifully in cursive, and
Yeah.
a nice little keepsake for this event.
Yeah. It's always super fun. Like those like coasters are really, really fun to personalize for people because like it has this little bit of subtlety to it kind of thing. So it's always fun.
That is so, so fun. And I definitely cherish that and remembered that. And it was cool to get this video of you because I know you're so into your work. And so to get that was amazing. Let's go to something else, which is the Labubus.
Oh, yes.
This is your Instagram, and this is relatively new because the Labubus really started becoming trendy in the last year or so, and then you took it up another level. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so this was definitely by chance. Labubus were not on my radar whatsoever. Jacob from PDX Food Finds, he was hosting the first Labubu event ever at Cadejo. And he was like, hey, my tattoo artist had to drop out last minute. I know you don't tattoo, but is there anything that you can do to help personalize Labubus? And of course, a question like that tickles my brain so much. So I'm just like thinking, okay, what is a Labubu face made of? It's made of vinyl. So I was like, oh, I can totally use an acrylic calligraphy ink and just use my calligraphy pen and nib and just draw on these things. And
so that's the same one you might do for a wedding invitation, a card.
The same thing. Yeah. And
but is it permanent ink, I guess? Is there a difference? I don't know.
Yeah. So like tattooing is like it tattoos into like the plastic, the vinyl of the Labubu, while mine is more like tattoo inspired, right? But the vinyl will stick to, or the acrylic ink will stick to the vinyl.
Okay.
It'll stay on permanent. It's waterproof. The only way for it to come off is if you really scratch it off, like with a knife or something.
Wow.
Which I don't think many people will want to do with their
Right.
Labubu.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm looking at these, and am I right? So you did the tattoo. Are the lashes the one on this one?
Yeah, the lashes. This was a Cheez-It tattoo
Oh,
matching.
it's a Cheez-It. Oh, I love
Yeah.
it even more.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is the freckles, lashes,
Freckles and lashes.
and the grill too.
No, the braces were different.
Okay.
Oh, Monchichi. This was like a little
Oh,
knife.
that's not a Labubu, but it's like the cousin of it, the predecessor.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
again, the spooky vibes,
Yes.
face tattoo.
Everyone really loves the spider webs.
And this is lashes and kind of like star freckles.
Yeah, star freckles. Yeah.
And more face tattoos.
Yes, this was actually a what's his name? Post Malone inspired.
I mean, exactly. That's what I think of.
Oh my gosh, that Crybaby one is probably the smallest I've ever written in Gothic script.
That's hard to imagine because
ever.
I'm now realizing how up close these images are.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
wow.
But yeah, it's been so ever since Jacob had me come to that first event, and I had so many people come by for me to customize Labubus.
Yeah.
After that event, it's been like, can you come to my event and do Labubus? Can you come to my event and do Labubus? Or can I drop off my Labubus with you?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I did have one person, she dropped off 10 of her Labubus with me for me to draw on, and I was like, that's incredible. And they were so cute at the end.
And each had like little personalization
Yes.
for these Labubus.
Yes.
So did this pick up maybe a few months ago, the Labubu
It literally-
engraving?
yeah.
Or is engraving the right term?
It's more like,
Calligraphy?
I would call it more like Labubu customization.
Okay.
Yeah. Or I call them flash tattoo inspired designs kind of thing.
Who would have guessed, I don't know, springtime, when your life changed, that here we are right before Thanksgiving.
Right.
You're doing work for people's Labubus and then some.
That was not on my bingo card for 2025. That's for sure.
Portland is loving you, and you're loving Portland
And
back
I love
for sure.
Portland back. Yeah. We're keeping it weird out here.
And no problem with that. That is so cool to see you, to see you really flourish. You've also done a mural, and I want to show people this also from your Instagram. But
Oh, yeah.
Anchua is
Yeah.
Vietnamese, as we're both Vietnamese, which means have you eaten yet?
Yes.
And this, am I right that you worked with other artists, and does that include Alex Chu?
Yes. So
Okay.
so Alex Chu started this new group called the Asian Mural, like from Portland. I'm really butchering up that name right
It's
now.
okay. I think you guys are on Instagram. Though.
Yeah,
It's
we
It's a
are.
local Asian mural group.
Yes.
But am I right that this is your first mural?
This is my first like big time mural.
Okay.
Mural for sure. Yeah, I've worked with Alex Chu before. Him and I did a ramen bowl together for Legendary Markets a few
Right.
years
Oh,
ago.
that's right. That's right. I do remember this. Yes.
Yeah. And then he reached out to me again. He's like, I know you're not a experienced muralist, but I want to create this group that lifts up people who wants to be muralists and also encourage current muralists, especially people that are AAPI, to get together and do some murals together. So it was really fun that day for that weekend that we went out there to do that. Yeah.
I love how you've just done so much when we look at just these images, and these aren't everything. So I definitely think it would be cool if people find you on Instagram and can check out your work, because
For sure.
it is incredibly cool how you are doing so much. I love this picture of you and smiling at an event, and you're busy in a different way. Like I said, when we talk about when you lost your job earlier this year, and then now it seems like you're
Right,
you're
yeah.
going places.
I know I was a government scientist. I got laid off earlier this year. But I guess it was kind of a sign from the universe for me to choose one calling over the other.
Yeah.
You know, I really love that old job a lot. But I also really do love this art life that I've built for myself. And so when I got laid off, I was like, you know what? I think it's time to go all in. And my husband's like, you know, your time between the two things were really competing for each other for the past 3 years. And so I think the universe has chosen for you. I'm like, I think you're right. I'm going to be an artist.
It's really impressive, honestly.
Yeah.
And what is next as we look ahead? Because we list food sketches, engraving, special events. We didn't have the pictures of it, but I know it's on your Instagram. You also, is it 2 years that you've been married now?
Yeah, 2 years I've been married. Yeah.
And congratulations on that. I like I said, I don't have the pictures for this, but what's really cool is that you did a lot of DIY for your wedding invitations. You got married in your home state of California.
Yeah.
You've lived here in Oregon for quite some time, but your
Yeah.
wedding was over there, right?
Right, because a lot of my family is still down there.
Yeah. And I thought it was cool because I remember you, again, a fan from Instagram, but you
Yeah.
posted that you're a Vietnamese culture and then your husband is a Filipino culture.
Mm-hmm.
And so you had little things. Did you draw those pictures too? Because I think you
Yeah.
had sayings that you can say in both languages, but
Mm-hmm.
also at my wedding, which I'm sure yours too, and many who don't know, Vietnamese weddings traditionally, people will go to the tables at the
Yep.
reception, and then we often receive money, the bride and groom.
Right.
And so the guests will have maybe one person who's a speaker, and so
Mm-hmm.
they will give the envelopes, which often contain greeting cards and some money, and be like, here's your wedding
Right.
gift. But what goes with that tradition is maybe a game. It's
Yes.
optional. Some people will just be
Yeah.
like, here you go, congrats.
Yeah.
Some people like to play the game to kind of make it fun and
Right.
earn it, you know. So
Yeah.
it's funny that you added that to your, I guess not invitations, but was it like when they arrived or?
It's on the menu card.
That's
so,
what it was.
Yeah. So when they walk in, the first part is like what food they're getting, and on the back it was our cultural like page essentially, and it showed where people came from out of town, from out of the country, and then it just gave a whole rundown of what they're going to be seeing, because we had a lot of friends and family there that have never been part of a Vietnamese / Filipino wedding before, and we wanted to make sure that they were clued in and they understood what was going on and appreciate it more, you know. And so it was really important for my husband and I to be like, okay, like these are some like really cool sayings to like how to say hello in Vietnamese and Tagalog, or how to say I love you in Tagalog and Vietnamese and stuff like that. And then also breaking down the traditions they're going to see, you know, especially like the whole table visits and being able to like create the games and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like we even added like 2 examples of games that they can do with us, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like one of them was like dropping an envelope between Adrian and I, and if we have to kiss to catch the envelope, kind of thing. And we actually caught one. So that was that's a really hard game to do.
That's fun. I don't think I had that at my wedding. So I love that you encourage people too. So those who don't know or maybe didn't have ideas, it was very
Yeah.
welcoming. I love that. You're very authentic. You're loving what you do. That clearly shows. And before we wrap up, is there any advice you have to others who may find themselves in a similar situation of maybe life is going to throw them a curveball and maybe they want to lean into something that they're not sure about or they kind of
Right.
love, because I feel like that was you earlier this
Yeah.
year and you leaned into a lot of unexpected
Yeah.
things to be where you are today.
You know, when I got laid off, I made sure I was able to feel that loss. And so I gave myself a month to really cry about it and mourn that. And then after that, I brushed off my shoulders and go, I really love this art part of my life. And so I'm going to go all in. Like, don't be scared. You know, like I think people appreciate authenticity. And so if you move with authenticity, people are going to recognize that. So I remember when I first got laid off, I was like, hey, I'm laid off and now I'm going to devote all my time to art and all my creative ventures. So if you have work for me, let's go for it. And then that being honest like that is, I think, what helped me be successful now. Because I was laid off in February and now it's November, and I can't appreciate enough for what has been going on for Line and Wave.
Awesome. And if people want to reach out to you, we mentioned Instagram. Is there anything else or anywhere else people can look for your work, or if they want to reach out to hire you?
Yeah. So again, my Instagram is at Line and Wave, and you can go to my website, lineandwave.com, and you can email me there or go on to my contact form on that and be able to see my portfolio and see all the fun things I'm working on. And hopefully starting next year, I can bring back the Food Dude meetups, which I did 2 years ago, and I have had a little bit of health scare this year, so I had to make sure I was focused on that first before doing anything. But yeah, so Food Dude Meetup, if you don't know what that is, it's where I choose a restaurant in Portland or within the Portland metro area, and we basically patronize this restaurant. Everybody eats, everybody drinks, and everyone gets creative. So just bring whatever it is you're working on and hang out, talk, and eat, and do some fun stuff.
Oh, that sounds fun. And
Yeah.
tasty.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. Well, thank you again, Rebecca Wynn of Line and Wave. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into this KOIN conversation.
Thanks,
And once
Elizabeth.
again, thank you. This was fun. See, it just flew
So
by.
much
It's
fun.
always like this. Next time
Yeah.
we need to do this at a restaurant
I
for
know,
sure.
yes.
Check out Line and Wave to see her work. And if you want to hire her, like I said, very personalized, unique gifts. Or if you're a Labubu person, obviously, or maybe something she hasn't done before. I don't know, like a Barbie doll, Tickle Me Elmo.
Yeah.
Challenge her because she is an artist who is happy to be challenged. So
For sure.
thanks again, Rebecca.
Bye. Thanks.